Hello everyone, I'm Edgar-Beltran. I am the Abba General for Our Lady Grace Chapel, a Catholic Benedictine congregation, and I'm also the Bishop for our congregation as well. Today we're on the 23rd Sunday of Ordinary Time, and let us share with you guys today's Gospel. A reading from the book of Mark. Again, Jesus left the district of Tyre and went by way of Sidon to the Sea of Galilee into the district of the Decapolis. And people brought to him a deaf man who had a speech impediment, and he begged him to lay his hands on him. He took him off by himself, away from the crowd. He put his fingers into the man's ears, and spitting, touched his tongue. And he looked up to heaven and groaned, and said to him, Ephata, that is, be open. And immediately the man's ears were opened. His speech impediment was removed, and he spoke plainly. He ordered them not to tell anyone, but the more he ordered them not to tell, the more they proclaimed it. They were exceedingly astonished as they say, He has done all things well. He makes the deaf hear and the mute speak, the gospel of the Lord. In today's gospel, Jesus gives us a lot of signs. First sign is seclusion. He takes the man away from the crowd to a secret site, away from everybody else, in private. What does that tell us? That our relationship with God is private. It is between God and His creation. And that I think is beautiful. Secondly, Jesus touches the man with his loving, tender hands. And he looks into his face. Then he touches his ears and his lips as he pronounces the word Ephata, opened, or be opened, or let it be opened. We have very good messages here for us. As Christians, we are invited to create sacred space away from everyday's turbulent times, away from the noise, from our cell phone, from our TV, from our family, away from ourselves. A time that we dedicate yes to God, that we create that connection with the man and his creation. And then it's inviting us to allow the divine to touch us gently and to pay attention and to hear the words Ephata, opened, let it be open. Open yourself to the love of the divine. Open yourself to love yourself. And then Jesus doesn't stop there. He tells the crowds, okay, you've seen this miracle of life. Life has come back to this man's life. Now, he's able to hear and speak the wonders of his Creator. But don't tell anybody. Oh, Jesus was probably the first licensed psychologist because he knows that the more you tell us not to do it, the more we're going to do it, right? And what happens? The people could not stop. They start shouting left and right that he was the one sent by God, the Messiah, for other people to receive him, to accept him, to embrace him, and to recognize him. Same calling that we get today. Jesus is inviting us to hear his message, to be open to the experience of living with him and in him and through him, to be open to receive him, and also to be open to proclaim the wonders He does in our lives every single day. As the crowds were proclaiming the wonderful deeds of Jesus, Jesus put Himself aside because Jesus wanted testimony. So we need to share with others the goodness of our Lord, the miracles that happen every day in our lives. Instead of complaining, it's inviting us to give thanks for what we have. And for those of us that we don't have a regular practice, I invite you, before you break bread, when you see a plate of food in front of you, look at that food and give thanks to God silently, because that is your connection between you and your God. Give thanks for what you have. And don't be ashamed to share your love of God with others. Be a living witness of God's love on this earth. Yes, there's a lot of difficult times that we're going through right now as a society, as Christians. But guess what? Better times do come in front of us. Better times are just a step in front of us. And we'll be able to enjoy those better times with the grace of God and the love that surrounds us with our community. So do be proclaiming His word, His deeds, and be open to the gift of life. May your ephata be rewarding, be healing, and sanctifying. May you be blessed.